significant moments in our life.
Open your eyes, ladies, and recognize the opportunity in front of you.
Do you hear that crowd? They love you, and then they hate you.
We will dictate, attack, and dominate for 40 minutes or whatever it takes.
At every point, push it up the floor.
This is what you've been working for, dreaming for, and bleeding for.
Enjoy the moment. Get it done and finish the job.
This is your game to fight for what is rightfully yours, to make the sacrifice, to find out how much is enough.
Move your feet. They are more physical.
Do not walk back through that door unless you have left it on the floor.
So now it is time for you to bring significance to this moment and claim it for your own.
To realize your dream and to leave your legacy. This is our night.
Years from now, you may still be defined by this moment.
Listen, your destiny awaits you just beyond that door.
Welcome to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. 64 teams started on this journey. Only 2 remain. Baylor and Michigan State will square off for the national championship. Reese Davis, Lisa Leslie, and Stacey Dale Schumann here had a slight technical issue with our play-by-play crew, Mike Patrick and Andy Myers. We're working all of that out for you. Game's still a few minutes away from tipping off. We'll have all of the action for you. Only the 3rd time in the last 11 years we are going to crown a national champion other than UConn or Tennessee. What does that mean for this sport that you have some fresh faces here, Stacey?
Well, it's really important for this sport, and it's important for all those young gals out there that want to go to different programs, that want to expand the game. And a lot of those players are doing that, Reese, because we have the WNBA, and they want to hone their skills at a high level at different institutions.
And I think it's great just when you talk about smaller schools like a Baylor, private schools like USC, who almost beat Michigan State, by the way. I think it's just great for all these other colleges, young girls in certain neighborhoods who may not have the opportunity to go across country. Help build your own program and stay home. I think it's wonderful.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I remember where you went to school. Oh, yeah, USC.
Yeah.
Here come the Spartans, getting set to take on the Lady Bears. Mike Patrick will have the call for us. Mike?
All right, Reese, thanks very much. And one thing we do know about tonight, there will be a new name on the championship trophy. This year, there is no Tennessee. There is no UConn. My question is it a one-year aberration, or is this a trend? Is this something that's going to continue?
I believe, Mike, the times aren't changing. Tennessee and Pat Summitt raised the bar for everybody else, and then Connecticut got involved. Last year, we had Minnesota and LSU. This year, LSU came back, and now we have Baylor and Michigan State. I think teams feel and believe that they can get here.
Well, on our Star Watch tonight, certainly 2 players who have been critical in their team's run to a possible title.
Sophia Young, Baylor's go-to player, coming off double-double games against North Carolina and LSU. And Kristen Haney is a hard-nosed, gutsy point guard for the Spartans. She plays both ends of the floor and is the leader that they all follow.
And certainly we have 2 clubs that are streaking. Michigan State has won 17 straight games. Baylor has the nation's longest streak. They've won 19 in a row.
ESPN's exclusive telecast of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is presented by Avis, We Try Harder, and in part by Roundup Plus, now improved to knock out tough weeds in 12 hours or less, and the powerful new Volvo XC90 V8. Volvo for life.
for Baylor. Michigan State has done it. They have matched the biggest comeback in the Final Four ever. Both teams had record-worthy comebacks in the semifinals. Baylor, minus 15, they came back to win. Michigan State, minus 16. Absolutely remarkably stunning comebacks on the same night to get into the championship game. And it just shows you what both of these teams have done all year. They have really believed in themselves. They have believed in their programs. They have believed in each other. 28,937 standing by here at the RCA Dome. Let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese?
All right, Mike, and Lisa Leslie and Stacey Del Schumann alongside, and you mentioned how the teams really believe in themselves, and Andy Myers was talking about a changing of the guard, the times they are changing in women's college basketball, and Kim Mulkey-Robertson and Joanne P. McCauley, a couple of the faces that can spearhead the new power programs. You see in her 5 years at Baylor, the way the Lady Bears have improved, going deeper into the NCAA tournament in each of their trips. And pretty much the same thing for Joanne P. McCauley, her team advancing in her 5th year, like Mulkey-Robertson, to the NCAA title game. So as you look at this matchup between Michigan State and Baylor, what do you see as the key for Baylor, Stacey?
The bigs for them have to stay active. Stephanie Blackman, Sophia Young have to X against that matchup zone.
And Rini, I think Christy Haynes, she has to take care of the ball. It's important. Low turnovers tonight to get the win.
Now, Kristen Haney certainly had a difficult night, at least until the very end, but it sort of was emblematic of the way Michigan State, and really both of these teams stay in there, that she made the play at the end of the game to win it against Tennessee.
And, you know, that's the intangible. Stay in the game. You learn a lot about a person when they're down. I thought she did a really good job of staying focused, playing hard.
All right, we are just about set for Baylor and Michigan State squaring off for the national championship. Before tip-off, please join us in enjoying our national anthem.
And now, to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad, please rise and join Director Henry Leck and the Indianapolis Children's Choir in the singing of our national anthem.
Sellout crowd here at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis for the Women's National Championship. And both of these teams' numbers are so remarkably similar. Baylor, 32 wins, a school record. They have been brilliant against the top 25. Their first ever conference title, their first ever Final Four, and they overcame a huge deficit in the semifinals to get here. The only thing that virtually changes on the screen is the name. Michigan State has done virtually the same thing. 33 wins, a school record. They've been brilliant against the top 25. They won their first ever Big Ten tournament title, reached their first ever Final Four, and overcame a record-tying 16-point deficit in the national semifinals to get here. To top it off, the school colors are green for both. Now here's Agnes Green, and she has the starting line.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RCA Dome and the 2005 NCAA Women's Final Four. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup. At guard for Baylor, a 5'9" senior from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Chelsea Whitaker. At guard for Michigan State, a 5'8" senior from Mason, Michigan, number 4, Kristen Haney. At guard for Baylor, a 6-foot junior from Friendswood, Texas, number 21, Shamika Scott. At guard for Michigan State, a 5'7" junior from Dansville, Michigan, number 20, Lindsey Bowen. At forward for Baylor, a 6-foot sophomore from Parma, Italy, number 35, Abiola Wubara. At forward for Michigan State, a 5'9" sophomore from Flint, Michigan, number 31, Victoria Lucas Perry. At forward for Baylor, a 6'1" junior from St. Vincent, the Grenadines, number 33, Sophia Young. At forward for Michigan State, a 6'1" junior from Empire, Michigan, number 52, Liz Schmidt. At center for Baylor, a 6'2" senior from Dallas, Texas, number 45, Stephanie Blackman. At center for Michigan State, a 6'4" senior from Papillion, Nebraska, number 42, Kelly Rorick. And introducing the head coaches for Baylor, Kim Mulkey-Robertson, and for Michigan State, Joanne P. McCauley.
Working the sidelines for us tonight, Doris Burke and Mark Jones. Let's check in with Mark.
Yeah, Mike, you know, the city of Indianapolis has been very good to Michigan State on a couple of fronts. The women recently won their conference tournament just 4 blocks from where I'm standing. As for the men, everybody knows about 2000 in April when they won the national championship. Mateen Cleaves leading the way along with the rest of the Michigan State gang as they defeated the University of Florida. But the good vibes for Indianapolis did not stop there. You know what they did? This floor here is different. They actually ended up buying the floor, Michigan State did, installed it at the Breslin Center. The women and men have been playing on it ever since. The women building up their good karma, Doris Burke, in anticipation of a game like tonight. Over to you, Doris.
Well, Mark, it was just 2 years ago that Baylor University and the community of Waco, Texas, was consumed by the darkness of tragedy and controversy. Men's basketball player Patrick Dennehy had been murdered. Teammate Carlton Dodson had been allegedly accused of that crime. Shortly thereafter, men's basketball coach Dave Bliss was fired for improper payments to players. Tonight, an extraordinary group of young women will look to step out of those shadows and become a university's shining light.
And Doris, you have to admire what they have done. There has certainly been a cloud hanging over this university, and they hope to come right out of it. Tonight's telecast available in high definition on ESPN HD, and we are set to go. Michigan State in the home white.
Really look for a defensive matchup. Michigan State loves to go in that 1-2-2 matchup zone. And then on the other end, look for Baylor to play their man-to-man starting out.
And Baylor starts very much the way they did in the semifinals with a turnover on the first possession.
One thing,
Kristen Haney, the senior, brings it down for
Baylor, they can't get caught offensively just getting focused to get the ball inside. Other players have to step up to open up the inside.
Haney in and out on her jump shot. Good hustle by Victoria Lucas Perry to tie it up on the rebound. And the possession arrow will give it to Baylor.
Sophia Young and Stephanie Blackman, the post players for Baylor, between them they average over 33 points a game. Stephanie Blackman coming off a game of 7 points. She's always followed that with a big game.
Little Whitaker, the lefty. Here's the kick out to Guevara, who can be the wild card. This time she throws it away. Haney likes to run.
They can run off the defense like that.
Bowen, an excellent outside shooter, but not this time.
Joanne McCauley doesn't mind the kind of shots that Michigan State will take because she gives the green light to everybody.
Rory gets the rebound after Sophia Young with a good look can't hit it. And both teams look a little tight to start this one.
This Michigan State team, talk about everybody has stepped up in a big-time game for them. So there's not one person you can really key in on, and that's what makes them so difficult to defend.
Shimmick comes out to the high post. She's very good out there, penetrates well. Haney trying to work her way in and banks one home. Kristen Haney, who averages 10.5 points a game and is the #1 all-time assist man in the Big Ten, gets the first 2 points.
She only had 4 games against Tennessee. It was a very physical game, but she does so many other things.
Whitaker trying to go end-to-end, lost it out of bounds, and Baylor has already had 3 turnovers.
Joanne McCauley says Kristen Haney is basically the coach on the floor. She makes things happen. We talked about the rest of her team following her, and she's going to get involved on the offensive end. She'll make up for what the Tennessee game did to her.
Angela Tisdale, number 20, comes in for the first time, as does number 51, Emily Neiman. And Neiman had a great semifinal game. Very good outside shooter for the Lady Bears. Right now, they just need someone to hold on to the basketball. Rorig, tough pass, but Shimmick made the catch.
We saw LSU an awful lot this year, very methodical in their offense passes. There's a weak pass by Haney, but they will make a lot of passes in their offense.
Neiman loves that spot, knocks down the 3. Emily Neiman, second in the Big 12 in three-point shooting, almost 46%, gives Baylor the lead.
Neiman coming off the bench for Baylor was a key player that Joanne McCauley felt that they had to concern themselves with.
Rory can't hit this shot, and Baylor trying to push it a little bit. And they throw it away again. Baylor is just off to a terrible ball handling start.
Neiman had 14 points and 5 of 7 from the floor the other night, and she not only can shoot the three-point shot, at 6'1", with her size all through high school, she played post, so she can back somebody down too.
It's very unusual to watch somebody shoot three-pointers at one end of the court and then come down and set up in the lane, playing post defense on the other. Runner missed by Lucas Perry, and here comes Tisdale back the other way. Good ball movement. They get it into the corner to Tisdale. She tries a 3. Rebound comes to Rorig, and she knocks it out to Haney.
One of the things that the zone that Michigan State puts on you, if you're a shooter, Michigan State in that zone wants to make you a driver. If you drive to the basket, they want to make you a shooter. Tisdale, they'll take that shot from her from the outside.
Bowen, the junior, leans into one, got her own rebound, and a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Kelly Rorig only had 3 rebounds against Tennessee, and she said that is unacceptable.
Rory comes to a high post this time, but she won't shoot it out there very often. Left-hand hooker won't work. The teams have just had a terrible time getting the ball in the basket. Neiman at her favorite spot again. She is 2 for 2 from outside. Has that funny sideways rotation, but if you're defending, there's nothing funny about where they go, right to the bottom of the net.
In the first 3 games in the NCAA tournament, she was only shooting 23% from three-point range. She got hot.
Bad pass, but it comes right to Shimmick. She's matched up on Young, tries to penetrate. Haney cutting down the lane. Pretty play. Haney with the break without the ball, and good recognition by Shimmick.
In the shoot-around today, Michigan State worked on bringing Liz Shimmick out and making her a passer, and you can see those cuts because it will bring Sophia Young out of the lane.
6-4 Baylor. Blackman has it knocked out of bounds. It's out to the Lady Bears. We have a timeout on the court. 15:08 to go first half. Baylor by 2.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Hot fire.
ESPN's exclusive telecast presented by Avis. Baylor with the early 6-4 lead over Michigan State for the national championship here at the RCA Dome. Let's check in with Mark Jones. Mark.
Well, Mike, Kristen Haney of Michigan State playing with a lot of energy right now. That wasn't always the case. You see, when she was 11 years old, she had her large intestine removed, and she had always suffered from fatigue until last May. So now, here's the solution, and lots of it. Trainers have her consume 3,500 to 4,000 calories a day. 3 waffles for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, power bars in between for a snack. Dinner, chicken breast, potatoes, veggies, and a nighttime snack, guys, of a couple of pizzas of pizza. Plus, she can tell you where to get the best chocolate shakes within 2.5 hours of East Lansing, Michigan. That's $80 worth of food, Mike. Back to you.
Boy, it looks good.
I'd wear stretch clothes.
That's remarkable. I mean, that's really got to run up a bill. Have to eat like that every day to keep your energy up. That used to be my excuse. Baylor continues to struggle shooting the basketball. In fact, both teams have. And Baylor has had even more trouble hanging on to it and just getting a shot. Rohrig left all alone, almost forced into taking that one. And Sophia Young with a rebound out to Tisdale.
Rohrig shoots 52% from the floor, but she's got to look at that. That's a free throw. And obviously, Baylor knows that she doesn't feel comfortable at that shot.
Young goes out to 15 feet, shows her touch. The All-American gets her first bucket. It's 8 for Baylor.
That's where Sophia Young feels that she has really improved in her game to look, because teams have dropped off her, didn't feel that she was confident to take those shots.
Rohrig got great position inside, and she beat Neiman for her first bucket.
And if Kelly Wharton's going to get that deep, then she will take those shots. That's why she's shooting 50%.
Absolutely. Can they continue to get Neiman open against this zone? This is Blackman against Rohrig. Missed a shot, but quicker than Rohrig inside her, got the rebound and put it back.
Blackman did a nice job pursuing the basketball after she missed it. Got by Rohrig, and that's one of the things that really hurt Michigan State. 19 offensive rebounds by Tennessee the other night.
Schmidt can't penetrate. Now Rohrig again. From the lane, can't hit. The rebound goes to Shamika Scott, the 6-foot junior. Young left wide open, missed the jumper. Neiman kept it alive, and Scott gets the follow.
That's where Kim Mulkey-Robertson has talked about this team being balanced. They do have a go-to player in Sophia Young, but they've got other players that can really contribute. Emily Young off the bench, or I should say Emily Neiman off the bench, really making a statement.
And they've run their offense very well when they haven't turned it over. When they get shots, they're going in. Shimmick against Young. Oh, pretty move there. Gave her a fake as if she was going to go back toward the lane and then turn toward the baseline and hit the open shot.
Had a chance to talk to Al Brown, the assistant coach for Michigan State. He really felt that Liz Shimmick would be an X factor in this game. She's the only player in the tournament averaging a double-double.
Nice anticipation by Haney. Behind the back dribble. 2-on-2, gets it to Bowen. Wide open 3, can't hit it. That would have been big.
You think maybe she should have pulled it out. They had a wonderful opportunity for a layup, but we talked about the green light that Coach P. McCauley gives.
Nice spin move by Blackman, and she's fouled.